Continuing gym number 6, and you know, that invisible wall thing is really stupid because I can clearly see where they are. They're not so invisible to me. I don't know if you see them as well as I do because of YouTube's shoddy video quality. Yeah, a long history of using animals. See, the game doesn't even try to hide it anymore. The whole purpose of the game is to capture wild animals by pelting various stuff at them and then make them your bitch. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, the game doesn't even try to hide it anymore, and it's still only the first installment. Okay, now, as for what I was actually planning to talk about, there's the Arceus thing. I said a few videos ago that Arceus was banned from the Smog on Uber ladder because it was deemed too broken even by Uber standards. Well, it turns out that's not quite it. The reason is because there's no way to obtain an Arceus legitimately yet, and so that's why it's banned. And as for Darkrai and Shaymin, the reason they were allowed from the get-go is because you could use that glitch in the early Japanese copies of Diamond and Pearl in order to actually reach them, and yeah, so those are considered legitimate even though you use a glitch. Personally, I've said it before, in my case, using glitches is off-limits, but others might not agree with that, and that seems to be the consensus, as Darkrai and Shaymin were allowed from the start. Now, one thing I'm surprised at is that I thought that all glitches were off-limits anyway, because the thing is, way back near the beginning of this Let's Play, I talked about a series of glitches that could allow anyone that had Metronome or Transform in Gold, Silver, Crystal to be able to learn any move in the game. Now, as you might expect, any move that required this glitch in order to be obtained was banned, because else it would have torn away the very fabric of the metagame. Can you just imagine for a second Blissey, the all-powerful Gold, Silver, Crystal Blissey, having access to every single move in the entire game? That would have been absolutely insane. So of course they banned that glitch from competitive battling. As for getting Darkrai and Shaymin when you're not supposed to, well, it didn't make that much of an impact. Of course, Darkrai's always been a prominent figure in Ubers, but it's still not game-breaking at all. So, my theory is that that's why Darkrai and Shaymin were allowed, but not those glitches from Gold, Silver, Crystal. But back to the game for a bit, this is another Psychic user. Hey, poison gas against a poison type? Again, the AI really isn't quite up to snuff in this game, I must admit, because it allowed me to kill that Hypno. Drop my balls? Drop my balls? Yeah, I'm aware that this is one of the more popular lines in the game, but drop my balls? Huh? I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that he hit puberty just now, because else, well, I don't want to believe that he literally drops his balls, because that would imply he's actually juggling while battling, which would be completely stupid. Then again, this is the same universe where a guy puts a wanted notice for an object right next to the object itself, so maybe he was actually juggling while battling, but I still prefer my puberty theory. But back to what I was saying before he said that drop my balls line, that poison gas really allowed me to kill that Hypno without too much fuss, because if it used Psychic instead, I don't want to imagine how much damage I would have taken. Now, as for the Killer Rain glitch, as I said in the last video, it's not caused by the translation patch. But no one really understands if it's caused by shitty ROM dumps or if it occurs on actual cartridges, the official ones by Nintendo. And what triggers this glitch is when Pursuit is being used under a Sandstorm. Now, since Pursuit and Sandstorms are both major parts of the game, well, of course, the glitch is bound to happen sooner or later. And there's also a Hail variant of it that's even crazier. Now, I'm going to come back on it in a little while, because it's time to challenge Koga. I'm gonna put Gengar in the lead now. And the good thing about Koga is that, unlike so many trainers in here, he actually uses only poison Pokemon, so I should sweep his team pretty easily. Yeah, true terror. I'm quaking in my pants. You're using the worst type in the game, you idiot! As you can see, I'm particularly confident about this battle, well, as opposed to the Sabrina battle, and yeah, poison and sleep techniques. Let's see if you can even land them on me. I think that's why Nintendo thought poison was balanced versus the other types. They imagined that since they were primarily meant to be status inflictors, that the type didn't need a strong move like Sludge Bomb, but they realized they fucked up later on and actually gave Poison type Sludge Bomb along with a few other perks. Now the first coughing, of course, went down without a hitch. Now that mock, is it gonna be enough? Yep! And of course it's a critical, it definitely helps. I don't know if I would have actually killed it if there was no critical. Another coughing? Well, it's the 6th gym and you're still sending 2 coughings at me? Wow! At least, well, it's almost like, Byron's Bronzer and Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. That's stupid. Okay, it's Weezing, the head honcho of his team, so I'm gonna switch to Alakazam, so if something happens, at least I still have Stab in case Gengar can't kill it by itself. And let's see now, can I one-hit KO this sucker too? Yeah! It's done! 4 hits, 4 kills, and he didn't even land a single hit on me. And would you believe that they promoted this loser to the Elite Four in the following 3 years? Well, I can't quite believe it because he's pathetic. And, well, here's the 6th badge, and more importantly, now I can use Surf, which will allow me to get a few items I missed. First, I'm going to head back to the Safari Zone, then I'm going to go all around the world to collect items that I missed, such as, well, there's one item in Viridian City, the Soft-Boiled TM in Celadon. There were a few of them on Route 12. There's a trainer on Route 4 that I need to surf on the path to Cerulean Cave in order to reach that trainer. So yeah, Toxic TM. Now, as I've said before, there are a few glitches related to Toxic that make it nearly unusable in competitive play, but it's still used well in combo with Fire Spin and Clamp in-game, so I'm going to give it to Moltres once I get it. Yeah, it will terrorize folk. What's with you and terror anyway? It's like, be terrorized by my Pokemon that have the worst type in the game. I said be terrorized, damn it! Why won't you be terrorized, you stupid? And again with the whole terror thing, even the freaking scientist guy is falling for it? Jeesh. Now, first things first, I'm gonna head back to heal at the Pokemon Center, and after that, you remember that item that I didn't have any room for in the last video? In the Warden's house, I'm gonna collect it, and after that, it's off to the Safari Zone. Now, back to the weather glitch. When the hail variant of the glitch is activated, there's a lot of crazy stuff that happens, and in fact, it's that all 4 weathers are activated at once, and they all hurt the Pokemon, even rain and sun. And on top of that, there are a few other crazy effects. For example, according to what I've read, Castform and Cherrim continually change forms, Weather Ball is Fire type, and Hydration heals Manaphy. Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. Now there's a way to stop the glitch in the middle of the battle, and that's if the Sandstorm variant is triggered, then you send your Tyranitar or Hippowdon, and then the regular Sandstorm takes over and the glitch is gone. And if it's the Hail variant, then you do the same but with a Boma Snow. So why did I just pick Strength with Krabby? It's not like it's gonna move the tree or anything. But yeah, I'm gonna head back to the Safari Zone in order to get, well, as I said, the items that I missed, but also to get an extra chance at catching exotic Pokemon like, Rhyhorn, Kangaskhan, Tauros, and of course Chansey. But first I'm gonna check out that house that I voluntarily missed the first time around. And there's nothing even relevant to do in these cabins, so it just proves my point that they're just meant to swallow a few steps and nothing more. Wait, why do they insist on spelling boyfriend and girlfriend with 2 words? It's not the first time I've seen that, and probably won't be the last. Okay, next time, Safari Zone Redux.